These are unique and challenging times. Many industries are struggling right now, but over the past 5 weeks, the housewares industry has performed very well. In part because we are spending more time in the home, whether it's eating, cleaning, or baking more. But we're also bringing more behaviors away from home back into the home, such as cutting our own hair or making our own lattes or cappuccinos. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, what can we do to sustain this growth, both in the short term as well as in the long term? Here's some food for thought. First of all, we have to make sure that the products we're creating are creating some sort of wow factor, something that motivates the consumer to want to share their experience with their friends and family, whether they're doing their virtual chats or posting things to their own social media feed. We also want to make sure that we're engaging the consumer frequently and constantly. So instructional videos on how to do new behaviors like cutting hair or baking bread, or things to help spice up the routines, such as new recipes for dinner or ways to clean the house differently, or things that help engage the family to help solve boredom. What can we be doing differently to help engage the consumer on a very frequent basis? The next thing we need to focus on is, are we connecting the dots on how much money or time the consumer is saving? If we think about what really separates a trend and a fad, we try something, but what makes those things continue on? Well, most of the time, it's those things that help save us money or save us time. So we know that eating at home is 3 to 4 times cheaper than it is eating away from home. We know it's cheaper to cut our own hair. So are we innovating in a marketing perspective to help that consumer connect the dots into how much money they are saving? Similarly, we're always looking for ways to make things easier, whether it's the planning, the preparing, the cooking, the eating, the cleanup, the storage. Are we connecting the dots to the consumer on how much time we're either making it easier, faster, healthier, safer, some sort of versus their existing behavior that allows them to sustain this new behavior that they're on? The key to make all this work is a deep understanding of the consumer, and then taking the time to think creatively, how can I solve this differently? Or how can I communicate and connect to the consumer differently? If we can do this, we can not only turn our homes from being a shelter, but more importantly, to an oasis.